final here, the pace of that race, as Matthew said, just really slow.
Yeah.
You're 9th or 10th, I think, with about 200 to go. Just take us through that, picking off guys one at a time.
Yeah, so I mean, again, I believe it was with 400 meters to go. I kind of gave it a good push. The guys really made a hard effort and just kind of took the lead. I chased. I really had to stay just patient. I mean, I knew the speed was there. All I knew that I just didn't. I didn't want to give up. And so then, really, with 200 meters to go, I felt like I was still in contention, and then there was still a chance, and just started picking them off one by one.
You got right where you need to be, that 5th spot. Obviously, you kind of knew with that pace, the fifth or better was the only way to get in.
Yes. I mean, and I knew that going into that 1st and 2nd lap, it was so slow, and so I knew it was going to come down to a really fast lap.
There's one. I almost have to ask you. Is one in that kind of pace, sort of? How do you just sort of set yourself up for knowing when that move is going to be made? Because it's so pedestrian.
It's well, it's kind of hard. Nowadays. I mean, it's just gotten so much more competitive. It used to be that guys used to go with 500 meters out, 400 meters out, and now you're starting to see guys go with like probably 700 meters out, and that's when they're starting to make moves now.
Our last thought about just making this particular final. You've had these chances before on many stages, but at this point in your career, given what you've done this year, what does this final mean to you?
I mean, as I go in my career, each time I make a final, it's even more special. I've been doing this for quite some time now, and I've just had amazing, incredible support from my community back home. My coach, John Hayes, Austin, Texas as a whole, the U.S. I mean, I just remember just a couple days ago, I was working in Atlanta, and there was a coach there, the Georgia Tech coach invited me over, and I did a workout there. So, it's not just one small community, but it's the country as a whole that has been supporting me, so I'm very thankful for that.
And 3 guys from Team USA in the finals. So
it's so awesome.
Go get us a medal.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to give it the best.
Thanks.
Leo, a couple more questions. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And so the final, you start from scratch. It doesn't matter if you're 5th or 1st, in the semis. Like, what are you thinking about the final?
Definitely top 3, if not for sure a medal. I mean, gold would be amazing, but top 3 would be phenomenal as well.
And do you have to approach the final differently, just because you have to be in the top 3? 5th won't cut it, or is it the same mindset?
I think this race, if you look at it in terms of just numbers and people in the race, and the semifinal, I mean, it was like a final. I mean, you had the top guys, Kiprup, Silas, Central, Mecca. I mean, all the guys were there.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much like a final. I mean,
yeah, you definitely had the harder of the 2 sections.
Just slightly, yeah.
And then all the time guys came from the other one because you guys went out slow. So
yeah.
And the season as a whole, you barely made the team. But you always make the teams, and then you barely make the final. But, I don't know, you always sort of prove people wrong. You're so consistent. How do you do that?
Well, I think it just goes back to show. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not just saying this because of me. It doesn't matter, where you come from, how big or how small you are, man. If you have the will to succeed, and if you want to succeed, you're going to find a way. I mean, it doesn't matter when or how, but you'll find a way. Again, also, just, find the right guidance. Coach, your parents, and it'll all come together, and that's something that I've had with my coach and just all my community and people back home.
And how do you compare your fitness to, say, 2012 or even last year when you ran 330? How do you feel where you're at, or does that not even matter?
At the end of the day, yes and no, it does and it doesn't matter. From 2012, I do feel like my fitness is always getting better and better. I'm running faster times in workouts. I'm feeling stronger. As experience from a whole, it teaches you how to work hard and smart, and then so that way, kind of looking back from 2012 to now. And I think I am in better fitness than when I was. But when you're there in the grind. The only thing that really counts is results. So.
You've kicked from pretty far back in the past. I mean, get that Olympic silver medal tonight. I think you were in 10th heading into the home stretch. So you like to leave it late sometimes. But is there ever a point in the race where you feel this is too close to kick from, like 75, 50 to go?
I mean, again, I'm just going to go back to say that even though those guys may seem like they're far out, the important thing is to continue believing, still believe that you have a chance. If you can believe that, I mean, you're going to be able to come back. I mean, that's how it's always been for me. I've even when I'm down, whether it's physically, emotionally. You know, if I believe that I'm going to be okay, I'm going to be able to pick myself back up and go. So, you know, today, 400 meters out, I was in the back, you know, 9th, 10th place. I knew that I had a chance. I knew that my fitness was there. I trained hard. You know, you look at my year. You know, it's been, you know, been a long, hard road. But you know, I've done the work, and I knew that it was in the legs today.
Like the last 30, what are you thinking today?
The last 30 meters was like, hey, I got some guys to catch, and you know, I just remember the little legs kind of going, and we were able to catch them.
Great job. Good luck in the final.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.